Let me show you how to never lack money and live above inflation, no matter where you live. Listen closely and avoid any distraction because what I'm about to share with you is something your bank will never tell you unless you're a family member. Now, before we go on, let me ask you this question. Have you ever wondered how banks make their money? You think it's via bank charges? No, in fact, let me bust your bubble. Bank charges only make up about 30% of bank revenue, while the remaining 70% is your money. Yes, you heard me right. 70% of your bank revenue is actually money they didn't work for. Now, most of you think banks keep all their money in bank vaults. Well, I think like that too, but surprisingly, they don't. They only leave a small portion of that money for customers who want to make withdrawals directly from the bank and maybe some other little expenses. The goal of this video is to open your eyes, make you think like your bank, and do exactly what they do. We are going to beat them at their own game. Like I said earlier, avoid distractions and listen carefully. Now, let me show you how to never lack money no matter what, just like your bank. I have outlined 5 steps you must take to make sure you are never broke. The first 2 steps are basic and essential, but the last 2 are actually what banks always do with your money that makes them super rich. So, if you should miss any part of this video for any reason, it shouldn't be these last 2 steps. Let's begin. Number 1, don't save money in your bank account for more than 30 days. Now, I have explained this in my previous videos and tell you guys that banks actually use your money to invest in businesses and buy government bonds and stocks. But you keeping your money in the bank for more than 30 days is not advisable. If you're going to keep money in the bank for more than that period of time, make sure instead of doing that, you invest it in government bonds. You install these 2 apps, which I'm going to be revealing to you guys later. So don't keep money in your bank account for more than 30 days. If you know you have something important you want to use money to do that is going to take you more than 30 days, instead invest that money from the particular time you have it to till when you're going to be needing it, and you're going to have interest or you're going to have returns for that little investment time that you have actually invested your money in. So don't keep money in your bank more than 30 days, because this is what your banks actually want you to do. Your banks want you to always keep money in the bank. They always want to have your money in their possession. Secondly, when you get your salary, do these 3 things. First of all, invest, save, then spend. Follow this particular order. Invest first, save secondly, then spend, because by the time you break this order, you are going to be having lots of financial challenges. So you are supposed to invest your money first, then from the ones you have left, then you save a percentage of it, then you can spend the rest. So but most people make the mistake of spending their salaries first before they then remember to invest. Why some don't even invest at all, they just save. Saving is not actually advisable. It's better you invest than to save, because when you save money, you don't get returns, you don't get interest. But when you invest them, you get interest at the same time while keeping them in protected wherever you've kept them. But saving your money does not give you interest. It is what you give in that you get, garbage in, garbage out. But when you invest, you get a lot of interest. So follow these 3 steps and follow this arrangement. First of all, you invest. Secondly, you save, and then you spend. Okay. Cut unnecessary spendings. Things that you know you don't need, do not purchase them. Things that you know you don't need, don't purchase them. Okay. Things that you need and things that you want are 2 different things. You can actually do without wants, but you can't do without needs. So anything that you feel like you want and you want to buy them, just hold on first. Get the things that you need first. Okay, purchase the things you need. Then when you have enough money to spare, you can get the things that you actually want. Okay. Needs, that's necessities. Example of needs are things like food, like clothing, like shelter. Those are needs. But wants are little things that you can actually do without. For example, a wristwatch or even a bangle. Those are wants and they are not necessary. So cut every unnecessary spendings. Invest in government bonds. I have explained this 1,000 times on this channel. Invest in stocks, invest in shares, just invest basically in the stock market. Okay, now let's move on to number 3. So the third thing is investing in government bonds and stocks, buying of shares, doing exactly what banks do basically. So what do? They give out loans to investors, they buy shares, they buy stocks, they buy bonds with your own money as capital. Okay. The same money you put in your bank that you save is what they use to buy shares. That's why I say it's better to invest first. When you get salary or any money comes into your account, you invest first of all, then you save before you spend. Okay, so banks, whatever money you save, even the ones you save in your account, those are the ones bank used to invest. Now imagine if you don't invest and then you just save everything in your account. So you are the one who's going to be on the losing side. Your bank are benefiting from the money you kept or you gave to them to keep for you. Okay, so your money is now their capital to run their businesses, to run their company. So you should be working like the bank also. Think like your bank. Don't just keep money in the bank or spend unnecessarily. Okay, so you beat your bank, you do what your bank also do. They invest, they give out loans to customers, they buy stocks, they buy shares, they buy government bonds, and they also start small businesses that can give you high and quick returns within a very, very, very short period of time. That is what your bank are actually doing with your money. So the fourth thing you're going to do is investing in government bonds, mutual funds, treasury bills. You buy stocks or even starting a profitable business. This is what your bank do. These are what banks do. And when you give them money, you put your money in the bank, they use your money as a capital to do all these things. They start up different businesses with your money. And when I say businesses, don't just start any kind of business. Start one that will give you a high return within a short period of time. Don't just, focus on something that involves high capital like millions. You can start with as little as 100k, 200k. Example like a POS business, a fast food business. All these are examples of businesses that your bank actually, use your money as capital to run. So you can start this. You can invest in stocks using the app that I have just shown you guys. You can use those tools to invest in stocks to start something little. So when you invest in these stocks, you buy shares, you get paid either monthly or quarterly or yearly, depending on the kind of stock you buy, depending on the kind of shares you buy, or if it's a mutual fund or government bond. They all have their different times of payment. So I'm going to be making a different video for how to buy shares, how to buy stocks, and government bonds. So you're going to be learning on which ones to buy, how to buy, when to buy. Now let me give you an example. These guys, these Adashi guys that always help people to hold contribution money, and at the end of the month they give different people that it is their turn to collect at that particular time. Okay, I know you understand what I'm trying to say. All those Adashi guys, now those guys are actually making a whole lot of money from you people. Okay, you think it's just by they holding the money for you, gathering it for you guys, and at the end of the month they give whoever it is his turn to collect, like a circle, it goes round and round. But actually most of these guys invest this your money that you give to them in businesses. They invest, they buy stocks, some even buy treasury bills, some buy government bonds. Lots of them do businesses with your money, knowing fully well that at the end of the year they are going to get the money back, and they will pay every single person his own contribution or his own percentage of the money. Meanwhile, they are making more money than you guys that are even investing, or that are giving them this money to hold. Now imagine somebody was able to gather about 1 million from different people, and then he buys a government bond that pays him interest of like 18%. So he's getting 180,000 as interest, just him alone. Okay, he's using your money as capital, and he's getting a whole lot of interest, a whole lot of money as interest from the money that you guys give him to hold for you. So this is what banks also do. Now let me give you an advice. You can also do something like that, but let me give you an advice. Before you invest in a business or in a stock or anything, consult a professional investor, consult an accountant, a business person in that particular area or that particular field you want to venture into. Don't just put your money in stocks like that or shares. You're going to lose a whole lot of money. You need experience to be able to invest. You need knowledge to be able to invest or to buy stocks. Okay, but with these apps that I have mentioned, Babo, Invest Nigeria, it makes investing easier. You don't need to learn much about investing. You just put your money and select the kind of stock you want to buy, and they do the investing for you and order. But before that, Even at that, you still need to learn the how the market goes, how the market works, when it rises, when it goes down, when to buy a stock and when not to buy. That's why I'm advising that you get a professional investor to help you, either to teach you or to help you invest. Don't just rely on tutorials you see online. One of the reasons you are always broke is because you keep saving money in your bank account. So if you need help with investing and you want me to guide you properly, let me know in the comment section. And before you take your next pay to the bank, ask yourself this question. If everyone take their money to the bank, then where do banks take all the money to? Now click this video on your screen to learn something new.